What's up guys? Episode 27 of the dedicated series. In this video, hit a pull workout as well as just talk about some random things in terms of natural limits and some of the limitations that people put on themselves, as well as just talking briefly about some of the natural slash not natural accusations that get thrown around all around the internet. So hope you enjoy this episode, guys. Catch you at the end of this clip. What's happening, guys, and welcome back. You'll see me doing seal rows right here, and that's just because I've been doing them every other day, or I've actually just been doing back every other day, which means I've been doing seal rows much more often. It's going to take a lot of pulls. It's going to take a lot of seal rows. Dozens of sessions of back, hundreds to thousands of repetitions of back for me to get some significant growth, the growth that I'm aiming for, so that I get to the development that I am desiring and constantly just building upon myself. The topic I want to talk about in this video is man, I don't really quite have a name for this, but I guess at least on the internet, right? On the internet, it seems like lately we have a trend of either trolls who say that everybody is on drugs and that the natural limit of a man is basically a 225 bench press and like a 315 squat in terms of strength, and the I guess if you were to transform that into its physical equivalent in terms of aesthetics, that's basically the max limit of a natural. It appears that we have this kind of a troll culture going on where anybody that's surpassed that in terms of their muscular development or aesthetics, in its the aesthetic version of what like a 225 bench pretty much equals, or a 315 squat, it's almost like anybody beyond that point seems to be trolled these days. It's hard for me to even know if people are serious or not when anyone on the internet simply wants to define themselves or identify themselves with being just natural. And it's almost funny that nowadays people vilify that identity. People vilify that almost like back when someone said if they were homosexual or gay, people would practically ostracize them. It's kind of weird. And it's weird to me because, well, two different things. One, I've been lifting for quite a while. I surround myself with really smart people. I have a pretty good radar of what is or who is natural, who isn't. And of course, at the same time, it's not a huge deal to me. I really don't care who is or isn't. I do feel like I'm a bit more aware than the average person in this realm. Yeah, it's funny that a lot of people who've been lifting for a year or two, or have never competed in a natural bodybuilding show, or couldn't even name the natural organizations, that they front like they kind of know what they're talking about. But I think what I want to talk about here is guys, be careful to impose limits on yourself. Be careful not to, and the thing is, I know that so many people are trolling out there about who's natural or not. They're just trolling. But for those who genuinely believe that, quite average genetic, average build people like myself, who simply have just worked hard and long and extremely smart compared to the average person for almost a decade, for the people that impose limits upon themselves through the idea that a lot of these other people are beyond what they're capable of, Well, first off, it's like, dude, you can't base yourself off of what other people are doing, first of all. If that's kind of the way that you approach endeavors, man, you're gonna, there's no definition of success for you. And two, you're a bit delusioned. You're entering this in a delusioned manner. And the other thing is this, it's that when you're constantly worrying about people like myself or whoever, who, I mean, it's a joke to me that I guess so many people think that I'm on something. But I'll be completely blunt. I mean, at the point that I'm at, I find that those who, you know, think I'm taking something, I almost hate talking about this stuff because it makes me look like a jerk, or makes me sound like a jerk. But to be honest, guys, my quickest, easiest way to identify or to know if someone knows their stuff in the bodybuilding world is if they think I'm natural or not. If someone automatically just dismisses me as being on something, it's a quick one for me that, you know, that person doesn't really know what they're talking about. But that aside, that's just my personal opinion right there. That aside, I think that so many kids these days are a part of either a troll culture that is just kind of, it makes no sense, or they legitimately have really capped themselves. They've completely capped themselves in their mind, in their vision, that they aren't ever going to be able to accomplish that very much naturally for themselves. And they love lifting weights. They love gaining strength. But when I see so many people quickly cap individuals off as on stuff, I mean, look at me in this video right here. I look like I mean, this doesn't look that impressive visually. I'm kind of branching off here. This gets into remember the video, guys, I made about marketing and Instagram people and YouTube people and trying to put themselves in the best light. Like, if you were to look at me from this angle here, I look like a dude that's just been lifting for a couple years. But then, you know, you get me from different angle in a picture, you know, I look way different. But, you know, that aside, I wish that I could get some of the people on Instagram to watch my YouTube videos. And some of the YouTube videos to see the Instagram pictures. And the thing is this, remember how I said that, you know, when I was younger and even now, I never really envisioned the future me and molding myself into that. That hasn't ever been how I've approached the gym. I simply, you know, look at where I'm at now. I constantly build on where I'm at now with just small goals of where I want to be, small goals forward so that I can continuously just grow and progress. Never like looking at myself or looking at this idealistic version of myself and never anyone else that I want to build myself into. That itself is something I don't recommend, but constantly having a viewpoint of having perhaps idols or individuals who you may look up to, or simply just individuals who you think are basically at a point that you would want to reach, but you can't because you are under this belief that they're unattainable. I think that is an even worse mind state than even trying to force progress into this body that you want. It's almost like what are you doing now? It's like, are you forcing progress onto this body that you know you can't achieve naturally, or what? And I think that kind of mind state of falsely believing that everybody's on something if they're bigger than you, or if they exceed what you think is possibly naturally. And once again, I'm talking to the beginners here. I'm not talking to guys who actually kind of know their stuff and have been in this game for a really long time and know the research and know how things work. You know, I hate to say that these are going to be the individuals who never, ever are going to reach what they could possibly be at their maximum, natural limit. These are most likely going to be people that prematurely hop to the dark side, with no judgment from me, of course, but these are generally the people that hop to that dark side quickly before they actually have been in the game long enough to kind of know the ins and outs. And once again, no judgment from me. Alrighty, I'm home from the gym, first meal of the day. Huge Chipotle burrito, guac, chips, and a nice vegetable salad right there. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. That was just a little bit of my commentary on just some of my basic thoughts on some of the natural, unnatural, I guess, topics in the world of bodybuilding, and just some of the observations that I, in my 9 years of lifting weights, have kind of noticed. I've kind of noticed that there tends to be a trend in the terms of the type of individuals that come at me or post online or write things on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook about me not being natural. It's generally people that haven't been lifting weights that long. Most of the comments that say steroids are usually from people that haven't even been lifting weights for a year. Generally, I'd say over 51% or more of people that say steroids don't lift weights or haven't lifted weights for more than a year. Or if they have lifted weights for more than a year, then then there's a good chance that they're on something. So they got on something prematurely before they were anywhere close to their genetic limit, so to speak. So I guess these are just little observations. I don't judge people or look down on people that think that others are on steroids if they've only been lifting for a year, or if they're naive, I guess, ignorant to this world. It's just observations. And what are your guys' observations? What do you guys think about this topic? To be completely honest, I think it's a whole lot of nobody's business. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't really benefit you worrying so much about this topic when it comes to other people. Spend most of your time focusing on you and yourself and improving upon yourself. Like I tell you guys in my videos, focus on where you're at now. Focus on improving that. Don't really so much focus on, oh, this guy's not natural, or I want to look like that guy, because it doesn't really matter if this person's natural or not. It doesn't matter if you want to look like this dude or not. You can only improve upon yourself on where you're currently at right now. That's all I got to say about that, guys. At least right now. I got so much more to say about that. I love talking about this topic because I feel like I'm at a point where I've been lifting for a little bit. I've been in the industry, in this atmosphere for a little bit. I've traveled the world and met lots of people in this industry. So yeah, that's that. The shirt I'm wearing right now, guys, I don't know when this video is going to go out, to be honest, but if it's Sunday and it is 2 a.m. or past that in California Pacific time, that means that Gymshark has released this already. This is the Devant line. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right, but it's a line of new tanks, shirts, and long sleeve shirts. And I'll probably actually make that into a video covering all of these shirts. I might actually do that right now since I have a little bit of spare time. And I'll probably post that with not allowing comments or ratings, because everyone, it's funny, like, so many people want me to make that video, but then I get like bombarded by just trolls that just thumbs down it for some reason. So I'll probably put that up in a video just for those who want to see that, can see that. Anyways, that's it for this vlog, guys. I will catch you in the next one. As always, dude, quit being a little bitch!
How was that fireball shot, Mom? How'd you like it?
No, I don't like it.
Somewhere around there.
What did it taste like?
10, so I think that's what it's gonna be.
Like fire.
As always.